reason you've been so stressed out and anxious is because you've been so focused on all your burdens, on all your problems, on everything that's going wrong in your life. And you're doing a great job at finding those things because Jesus said, if you seek, you will find.
This is Secrets for Success.
Welcome to the Secrets for Success podcast. I'm your host, Greg Todd. Thank you, as always, for joining me. Today's podcast is going to be a video within the podcast. Here's what I want to tell you. There's no tactics today. Today is all internal mindset stuff. I'll just put it like this. This has been a rough go for me. And we won't even get into all the happenings, but basically yesterday I had this pity party for myself a little bit. And I was just not in a great state of mind for the first half of the day after church. Little after church, I was a little negative, and then I had a conversation with a coworker of mine and was telling them about some things that we have coming up, and it was a bit on the negative side. And then I was picking up my son, and when I came back, I was grilling. I went upstairs, and I just said, I'm going to flip it. I'm going to flip it. I have so many things to be grateful for. And I started naming off the things that I have that I am so grateful for, things that I've gone through and been able to come out on the other side through the grace of God. Just so many things. And I probably spent the next 10 minutes just speaking out audibly on the rooftop here, like how many things I'm grateful for. And it flipped my mindset so fast. It allowed me to reach out to people that I'm having struggles with, and just so many things. And I slept so good last night. Why? Because I just actively started to focus on the blessings instead of focusing on the few things that aren't going exactly the way that I wanted to go. With that said, I do this podcast, these recordings on a Monday. It is Monday as I'm doing this. You're going to hear this, sometime this week. But before I do the podcast, I had to do a staff meeting with my team. There's about 15 of us on this morning. And I shared what I just shared with you. And I told them that I really wanted them to start to just focus on their blessings. And then we talked about something else, about what it looks like to be a professional. And that was the focus of today's staff meeting. Now, I kid you not, Brittany had sent me this video, and I just am pulling this up on my phone. So I'm going to play it for you right now. Okay, check this out.
God's final warning. God warned you about this week, May 4th through 10th. I'm not kidding, guys. The world is going to completely change this week because of what happens. And I'm not making this video to scare you. I'm making this video to wake you up, because the world is going to really change. And I'm not talking about the world. I'm talking about your world. I'm going to give you one thing to do this week, and if you do it, it will completely change your life. I guarantee it. All you got to do this week is focus on your blessings. Because can we be real? Let's not even sugarcoat it. The reason you've been so stressed out and anxious is because you've been so focused on all your burdens, on all your problems, on everything that's going wrong in your life. And you're doing a great job at finding those things because Jesus said, if you seek, you will find. If you look for your problems, you're going to find more problems. But what if this week you start looking for your blessings? I guarantee you're going to start finding more blessings. The truth is, whatever has your attention has your direction, and whatever has your direction has your life. You are what you think about. Thoughts lead to actions, actions lead to behaviors, behaviors lead to lifestyle, and lifestyle leads to destiny. And if you really want to change your life this week, focus on God. If you focus on the world, you're going to get worldly results. But if you focus on God, you're going to get godly results. Think about Peter. Peter was walking on water as long as he was focused on Jesus. But as soon as he turned away and got distracted and started focusing on the storm, he started to sink. That's exactly what happens when you take your focus off of Jesus. You start to sink in anxiety, depression, and overthinking. That's why the Bible says if you keep your mind on God, He will keep you in perfect peace. Peace doesn't mean you won't have problems, but it does mean your problems won't have you. If you focus on what you're missing what you have. And you might not have everything you want, but if God is all you have all you need. And maybe you're like, how do I focus on my blessings? How do I focus on God? Let me put it like this. There's been a mini Jesus in this video the entire time. Have you seen him? Oh, he's right there. what up, Mini Jesus? He's literally been on my shirt the entire time. You can rewind. Nothing about the video changed. You just changed your focus. And when you change your focus, God will change your life. Think about David when he went up against Goliath. Everyone was terrified when they saw Goliath because they were focused on the size of the giant. But when David pulled up, he wasn't scared at all, not because he saw a different giant, but because he had a different focus. David wasn't focused on the size of the giant. He was focused on the size of his God. And I'm here to tell you that you're going to face giants this week. It might not be some 10-foot tall dude named Goliath, but maybe it's anxiety, depression, fear, lust, an addiction. And it's up to you what you focus on, the giant or God. And when David went up against Goliath, he didn't talk about how dangerous Goliath was. He talked about how great his God is. This week, stop telling God how big your problems are and start telling your problems how big your God is. God's final warning.
Guys, that right there is it. I know you're having problems. I'm having problems. We all having problems. But what I can tell you all is this. I don't know exactly who I'm speaking to, but you, who I am speaking to, I'm pretty sure that you have, for every problem you probably have 10 blessings. One problem, 10 blessings that you can counter with that problem. Your second problem, 10 more blessings that you can counter. And what are we going to focus on? Are we going to focus on the problems, or are we going to focus on the promise? Are we going to focus on our obstacles, or are we going to focus on the opportunities that are in front of us? Are we going to focus on, all the tough things, or are we going to focus on the things that, that we're already triumphant in? Like, you guys, there's so many things that we have the opportunity to decide, like, where our focus is going to be. And it's up to you. It's up to me on where we're going to put that focus. And so that's what I want to challenge you to do for the remainder of this week. It's just focus your energy on the blessings that have not the blessings that are promised to you. I'm talking the blessings that you've already gotten. And then focus your energy on the blessings that are promised to you. But let's first focus our energy on everything that we currently have. I'm just thinking right now, I'm doing this and I'm speaking. I'm just speaking. My brain is just speaking. God has allowed this whole thing to happen to where I can just speak. Right now, I'm not saying breathe in more oxygen, breathe out carbon dioxide. No, I'm just naturally doing it. That's just such a blessing. My body, some parts of my body hurt. The fact that I can even feel my body hurting is such a blessing. I can feel, I can touch, I can do this. I can share this with you as I'm right now in Tampa, Florida. And I can share this with you wherever you're at and you're listening to it. And I'm able to do this from the comfort of a room in my home. What a blessing. We could go on and on and on about all the blessings that we have. It is just amazing. And so, guys, what are we going to do? What are you going to do? So, yeah, I didn't teach you anything about digital products or about staffing or hiring or firing. No, none of that today. Today, it's about you. It's about how are you going to attack and address today. That's it. Love you guys. Till next time.